NSW Central Coast not out of the woods yet, as bushfire conditions ease as it happened. What we learned, the 7th of December 2025. With that, we're wrapping up the blog. Before we go, here are the major stories from Sunday. Annika Wells has defended her travel expenses that incurred up to $100K in flights to New York for an appearance at the UN, saying she had to be in two places at once. Prime Minister Anthony Albanese has backed in Wells over reports of taxpayer-funded travel expenses, saying the claims followed the rules. Strong and erratic winds posed a challenge to New South Wales firefighters on Sunday morning, but a late change brought calm conditions. The Coolwung fire was downgraded on Sunday afternoon, but authorities warned the situation was not under control, with more than 75 fires burning across NSW. The Dolphin Sands fire in Tasmania has been contained, but the affected area is not safe for residents to re-enter. The government has said more social media platforms could be added to its social media ban, and it will continue to monitor its implementation. State and federal governments have declared an emergency and opened the way for disaster assistance to be provided to fire-hit residents of the New South Wales Central Coast. We'll pick things up again tomorrow. Christmas rate relief off the table at last RBA meeting. The official cash rate is expected to remain on hold when the Reserve Bank decides on interest rates for the last time in 2025. Mortgage holders aren't expected to get an early Christmas present from the Reserve Bank. With a cut to interest rates all but off the table, the central bank will begin 2 days of talks on Monday in its final board meeting of the year, after which the official cash rate is expected to remain at 3.6%. Tuesday's rate decision comes after the Reserve Bank started 2025 with a rate cut, followed by a further 2 easings that brought welcome cost-of-living relief for borrowers during the year. But an uptick in the Consumer Price Index has poured cold water on any chance of another interest rate reduction. The latest data showed annual inflation rising to 3.8% from 3.6% the month before, well above the Reserve Bank's target band of between 2 and 3%. Trimmed mean inflation, which removes volatile price movements and is the central bank's preferred measure, was at 3.3% in the 12 months to October. A rise in house prices and the end of state rebates for power prices have been blamed for the spike. Labor force figures for November will be released on Thursday, and ComSec economists have tipped the unemployment rate of 4.3% will remain steady, with the Australian economy set to add about 25,000 jobs for the month. The labor force participation rate is also expected to remain stable at 67%. Australian sanctions on the oppressive regime of the Taliban have been hailed by the Afghan government in exile, but its embassy in Canberra could be shut down. Australia's decision to sanction top Taliban officials has been praised as principled and timely in shunning the oppressive regime, but it complicates how the government deals with Afghanistan diplomatically. Canberra placed the measures on 3 Taliban ministers, and Afghanistan's Chief Justice, meaning Australians, will be prohibited from supplying them with arms or similar services, as well as using or dealing with their assets and funds. The Foreign Minister, Penny Wong, said the harsh diplomatic actions penalize the Taliban for demonstrating contempt for the rights, freedoms, and welfare of the Afghan people, particularly women and girls. The ousted Afghan government's diplomatic representative in Canberra said the world-first autonomous sanctions framework was a step in the right direction in isolating the Taliban,